Yeah. Hi. My name is Keoung Yeol. Um, I'm professor in Guangxi University, Guangzhou metropolitan city. My major, uh, my major in social welfare science. My interest uh, about uh, my my field is lifelong education and social welfare for the disabled man. I am very happy for that mm, uh, your invitation, and I am trying to uh, present to my my uh, my topic to you. Yeah. Uh, okay. Mm, my topic, my this topic is exploring the experience uh, of lifelong educator on the competencies and the strategy of the lifelong education practice. Um, I am I am trying to present to uh, my data for you. Yeah. Uh, okay. The content number four. First instruction. Number two, research method. Number three, result of the research. Number four, conclusion and discussion. Yeah, first one, introduction. Yeah, uh, what is the necessity of that research? That researcher. Yeah, uh, the importance of lifelong education practice as a preparatory course and educational activity to be qualified as a lifelong educator in the field of the lifelong education. Yeah, until until lately, however, there has been criticism criticism about the granting of the training for the simple assistance or behind the scene work insufficient systematic preparation of training institutions, poor operation of lifelong education practice, difficulty in selecting a practical institution, and impracticality of operating practical course. Yeah, is also for improve on analytical attitude of training and training institution. Yeah, the study of lifelong education practice so far has conducted the diagnosis of the reality of the lifelong practice from the perspective of expert. Yeah, what is the authority of the research? Yeah. Uh, through the voice of the prospective lifelong educator who has complete the practice of lifelong education. This study sought to find out what alternative to have to the competence and effective practice of the prospective lifelong education teachers who are involved in the life study through the experience of the lifelong education. Yeah. Next, what is the research problem? Yeah. Uh, the purpose of that study is two. Yeah. First, what do prospective lifelong educators think is the capacity of lifelong education practice later? Second, what effort become effective lifelong education practice necessarily? Yeah. And next, number two, research method. Yeah. Uh, what is subject to study? Yeah. Uh, okay. Mm, convenient sampling a method were using to select those who would contribute to achieving this research objective. In the world, 25 learners who completed their practice with M. A 6 month were recommended by a person in the trust of lifelong education in remote lifelong education center in Seoul. And the research was conducted about explaining the proposed study in detail and objective obtain consent. Yeah. Uh, okay. Mm, yeah. I am trying to analyze the data. Mm, the interview was developed by referring to prior studies related to the topic. When a study uh, participant was unable to carry on any word, additional questions were asked about the experience what was not materialized after interview. To conceptualize the interview, the researcher read that the meaning of the word, sentence, and the context in detail. The concept was derived by coding raw materials, then categorized and then went through the technical interpretation of the case. For the reliability of the data, efforts were made to carry out a more objective analysis through advice from the colleague in qualitative research. Yeah. Uh, yeah, the research is conducted through a qualitative case studies on the contents of the practice, the guidance method of the hands-on instructor, and practical method. Through the interview with the trainee who participated in the lifelong education uh, uh, in the training course for the lifelong education teachers. Uh, yeah, uh, I think I think the I think the uh, that 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 research is very meaningful. Yeah, I think I am trying to explain the result of the research and the important meaning about my research. Yeah. Okay. The research participants found meaning in contents of what they thought of the ability of the lifelong education of practitioners and task for the effective practice and through a central concept after organizing them by subtopics system. The researchers wanted to find uh, a similarity and a difference by continuously comparing each case by case. As a result of the classifications of process through a constant insight and interpretation, 11 subcategorized and 2 upper categorized were presented as shown in table 1. Yeah, table 1, lifelong education, field education. Yeah, upper categorized is number 2. First one, competence of practical leaders. Number 2, effective practice. Yeah, uh, subcategorize the number of the subcategorize 11. Yeah, first one, being interested in a training. Next, passion and mission. Professor, counselor, motivator, community activist, a program operator, access to or laboratory information, dissemination of lab instruction and manual, quality management of practical institutions, international, internationalizing, internalizations of practice. Yeah, um, the following is a summary of the contents obtained through the interview process with a prospective lifelong educator who has completed the practice on his experience in after practicing lifelong educator. Lifelong educators see a correct personality and a professional as a lifelong educator. In the capacity of lifelong education practice leader, he said that one personality and career awareness as a lifelong educator and a passion for work are very important to guide training who the experience of that work with broad understanding and constant interest. Yeah, first, issue or right personality. The study participants interviewed that it is important for lifelong educator practice leader to have a broad understanding and personality to work hard on training who lack the experience of that work. It was also recognized that it was very important to have a career awareness and passion for the work as working in the same routine. Yeah. Second, professional as a lifelong educator, a participant in the study cited professional as a lifelong educator as their capacity as a lifelong educator. He said that it's very important to have a professional capacity to provide detailed guidance and feedback and consultative capacity to communicate with the learner with their heart. Yeah. Okay. So it's also like the motivated ability to inform training of the purpose of the program so that they can actively uh, participate in the that practice and the ability as a community activist to provide program reflecting the needs of the local community and residents as a competence of lifelong educator. Finally, uh, lifelong educator said that based on their overall understanding of the program, uh, they operate market and promote a human network as the learner level. Yeah, uh, and a systematic conservative education is required to develop the capacity of the lifelong education leaders to train a prospective lifelong educator in the field of the lifelong education. In particular, it's expected that lifelong education teacher and the lifelong education practice leader will be improved through education to improve on on online practical skill rather than the knowledge oriented education. Preliminary lifelong educators who are participate in the study suggest to follow for the effective operation of lifelong education practice. Yeah. Okay. Uh, okay. I present the summary of the my research to you. Um, okay, I think I found that uh, there are many disadvantages and advantages of my research paper. Yeah, the number of cost of the acquiring lifelong education teacher is relatively small compared to number of the course for acquiring the qualification of social worker and child care teachers. In addition, a better improvement measure are required for lifelong education worker competency. Afterward, we hope to continue research that contribute to improving the professionalism of lifelong educator and continue research on the practical guidance of lifelong educator. Yeah, thank you for your 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 consideration about my poor presentation. Okay, thank you.